Alrighty, hey guys. I got a little unboxing here of the new Marvel Legendary expansion. It's Champions. So I just got this in the mail. It released last Wednesday today, so almost a week ago. Today is February 20th, and it released on the 14th. So I kind of want to do a little unboxing, kind of my first kind of reactions to some of the cards. I've seen some of the cards, but I haven't really seen, everything. I don't know. I only know like maybe what one of the schemes does, and I don't know like all the heroes cards. I kind of know some things. I know the two Masterminds, but I haven't seen all their villains, groups, and stuff like that. So, and I looked on YouTube for one of these, and of course I didn't see anything except one in French. So first off, so of course with every expansion there's a little insert. So it kind of talks about the champions: Totally Awesome Hulk, Miss Marvel, Nova, Vision, Gwenpool. New ability: cheering crowds. So you can play this card twice in a row if you return a bystander from your victory pile to the bottom of the bystander stack. Interesting. Okay. So that can be interesting. Some examples here. Versatile, which is back from Dark City. It's a pretty straightforward one. Cards either have fight or recruit. You can choose whether or not to use one or the other. Size changing. That comes back from Civil War. Things cost 2 less to recruit. And I know in this set, yeah, right here, so like right here, they have 2 symbols, so they'll drop down 4 if you play each of the symbols. And then Fing Fang Foom, he's 2 less to fight for each of the hero classes. So you play every single one, he's minus 10, which he's like 20, I think, attack, so he's really big. And then Demolish, that came back from Villains and Fear Itself. And each player reveals the top, or you reveal the top card of the hero deck, and then you note its cost, and then each player reveals their hand and discards a card of that cost. So looks like it. And then there's some, oh, they brought back Epic Masterminds, and yeah, so let's go ahead and check this out. So get this unwrapped, maybe. I'm excited for this. I'm mostly, out of the heroes available in the box, I think I'm most excited about Miss Marvel Kamala Khan. Just because she's Pakistani American, and so am I, so I think that's kind of cool that we get a hero. I can't get this thing open. All right, here we go. So, all right, so let's set this off to the side. We'll just do each hero individually. Okay, so here's one of Hulk's. So Totally Awesome Hulk, size changing, and then if you play another strength hero, the first time you defeat a villain this turn, rescue a bystander. So that's his common. We got here is size changing, and then draw a card, and then cheering crowd, so you can draw a card again. So that's really nice. Oh, and he's also 1 recruit. His uncommon, size changing. If you gain a wound, or if you have a wound in your hand, you can discard pile, you can KO it, get +2 attack, otherwise gain a wound. He probably works really well with the other Hulk. And then lastly, size changing with both recruit, or with tech and with strength, and you get +1 for each extra card you draw this turn. So pretty straightforward. That makes him a 5-cost card if you can play the cards. So nice. So there's Totally Awesome Hulk, 7th smartest man in the world. I wonder who the other 6 are. I'm sure Tony Stark's somewhere in there. All right, let's see what we got next. Okay, so Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. All right, size changing. So, is that her name? It is Kamala Khan, isn't it? I think it is. So just size changing. So this costs 1. So you draw a card, and if you play another covert here, you get rescue bystander. So a lot of these cards will probably rescue bystanders. Size changing for strength, and it's versatile too. Is really just straightforward card. Here we got play a Champions card. It's also size changing, but Champions card, you may KO a card from your hand or discard pile. Okay, so that's part of that. And then it's cheering crowds, so really nice way to thin the deck. And then finally, her rare, size changing for strength and for covert, and it's versatile 4 and cheering crowds. That's really good. Yeah, that's really good. So nice. All right. Next we have Nova, which we got Nova here. So Versatile 1, and then you can rescue Bystander. Pretty straightforward card too, if I can get that going. Versatile 2, Cheering Crowds. So, this is kind of straightforward, but they're good. Let's see. His uncommon. Oh, interesting. So you can either, if you play another ranged hero, you get 5 attack or you get 3 recruit. Nice. That's actually, I like that a lot. I like Versatile a lot. And then finally his rare, Growing Nova Force. Size changing. So I wonder if all their rares are size changing. I get it to focus. So it's strength and ranged. For each, sorry, it's like not focusing, and I'm reading it through the camera. Come on, okay. For each other card you play this turn with a recruit icon, you get +1, and for each card you've played with a fight icon, you get +1 fight. Yeah, wow. So that's like all his cards. Nice. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right, Vision. I wonder, he was blue and black. She was blue and or green and no, he was blue and he was black and green. Now green and blue, green and red. She looks to be black and red. I mean black and blue. And then Gwenpool's like yellow and red. So they're 2 colors. They must all have size changing for their rare. Let's see. Walking Wi-Fi. Whenever you rescue a hero from the or recruit a hero from the bystander from the HQ, rescue a bystander. So I always like these cards that are basically like just better Maria Hills, and it makes me not even want to recruit them. When you always have a card it's just it makes a, I mean, it doesn't, it's just better to have these cards. I mean, you can always get the Maria Hills, so when these aren't available, but so I like the cards that are kind of like Maria Hill because they're better than Maria Hill. Size changing for tech. When you draw a new hand at the end of your turn, draw an extra card. I love cards that do that. I love cards that do that. Alright. Let's see. We got Versatile 3 and then Cheering Crowd. So that's pretty straightforward. 3 attack or 3 recruit. And then you get to use it again if you do the deal. And then size changing. Whenever you recruit a hero this turn, you get +2. Okay. So that's not bad. It's 5 recruit, so it's just 2 extra attack. Nice. Okay. All right, and then the last champion. I just like messed up this stack here. It's going to be Gwenpool. Okay. She's Covert and Instinct. So you Versatile for 1, and then if you play another Instinct card, or I'm sorry, Covert card, you Versatile 3 instead. So that's pretty good, actually. She's only 2 cost. Here we got reveal the top card of the bystander stack if it's special bystander rescue, otherwise put on the bottom of the deck. Huh, interesting. Yeah, those are her commons. So her uncommons, which should be 3 of them, yeah. Size changing, and then you draw a card, and Cheering Crowd. So drawing cards is always really nice. And then her rare, demolish each other player. For each player that discards a card this way, draw a card. So I play a lot of solo, so this really won't do much, but she's 5 attacks, so that's pretty solid. And she's not size changing, so all of them have size changing, but her for their big card. Which I guess that the Hulk one kind of makes sense, and the Miss Marvel one, but I don't know enough about Nova or Vision to, like, if that makes sense to me or not, so I'll just run with it, I guess. Alright, first villain group. This is the Wrecking Crew, and we've got, first guy's Bulldozer, Ambush. Bulldozer moves an extra space forward. It pushes any villains forward. If this pushes any villains forward, demolish each player. So he basically has charge. He basically comes in with charge, which is what Hyperion and his villain group does. Metropolis, they charge, they move 1 space, and so if you move a space, you demolish. Thunderball, fight. If you fight Thunderball in the sewers or bank, demolish each other player. Bile Drive, KO one of your heroes. Escape, he demolishes each player. And then we have the Wrecker, Ambush. For each Wrecking Crew villain in the city, including this one, demolish each player. So you at least get 1 demolish off, and he's 7. Wow. Okay, he's worth 5 victory points. So that's kind of big. Let's see. Okay, this is the other villain group, Monsters Unleashed, for Fing Fang Foom. You can't fight Orgo unless you already have defeated another villain this turn. So, okay. Let's see. Monsteroso, maybe size changing. When you draw a card at the end of your, when you draw a new hand at the end of your end of this turn, draw an extra card. If you play the 2 here, he becomes 1. He becomes really easy to kill, and then you get a really good bonus off of that, huh? Groot from Planet X, size changing. So you can make him potentially 2 attack to kill. 2 bystanders from the bystanders deck enter the city as 3 splintered half Groot villains. When you fight one, rescue it as a bystander. Huh. Interesting. Size changing. A hero in the HQ gains size changing. Ooh, that's really cool. That's really, really cool. Because if you already use this effect, you'll get the size changing on the recruit for that. That's actually really cool. I like that a lot. Goom. Goom captures a bystander, and then you KO one of your heroes when you fight him. Troll the Unhuman. Is this like a truck? Troll captures a bystander to demolish each player. Jeez. Zootak. Size changing, demolish each player. He's 9? I guess he's 8. Jesus. I mean, they're size changing, but still. Holy crap. All heroes currently in the HQ cost 1 less this turn. Tim Boomba. Interesting. I mean, if you have a multicolored deck, that's good, but damn. Dang, that's crazy. Alright, now we have the Masterminds. So, Pagalaki? I don't know how to say his name, so if that's wrong, I'm sorry. Pagalaki. Alright, so he leads the Wrecking Crew, obviously. You Master Strike, the 1st and 5th Master Strike become a Scheme Twist that take effect immediately, and then the 3rd through 4th are demolish each player. So this could be okay, and this could be really devastating, because a lot of those schemes that like have after so many Scheme Twist evil wins, this could be really hard to fight against for that. And like I've been playing a lot of villains recently, and demolish is really debilitating, especially if you're demolished multiple times. It's a pretty debilitating thing. Here's the epic. I can't even say his name again. I forgot how I said it. Paglik. I can't even say it anymore. I don't know. Pagalaki. I don't know. So this time, Master Strikes for 1st, 3rd, and 5th become a Scheme Twist that take effect immediately, and then Master Strike 2 and 4 are demolish each player. So that other one becomes a Scheme Twist. And then his tactics. Each player gains 2 wounds. Demolish each player who. Oh, each other player may gain 2 wounds. Demolish each other player who does not. So when playing solo, this isn't actually that big a deal. You can buy, because when you play advanced solo, each other player just becomes you, and then you can just demolish because you won't have any cards in it. Because by the time I'm fighting a Mastermind, I don't have any cards in my hand because I play everything. So like that's not that big a deal. Fight versus Tall 3, that's nice. Each other player may KO a Wrecking Crew villain from their victory pile. Demolish each player who does not. That could be interesting. And then each other player can KO a card from their discard pile that costs 1 or more. Demolish each player who does not. So, interesting stuff. So, he's there. We got the big boy here, Fing Fang Foom. And he's 20, and he's size changing for every class here. And then demolish each player, then do it again for each monster and unleash villain in the escape pile. So they're all really high, and then you don't want to let them get out. And then his epic version is 24. And then his Master Strike says demolish each player, then do it again for each monster unleashed villain in the KO pile. KO all heroes demolished this way. That is brutal. That is really brutal. We got here a hero in the HQ gains size changing. All this turn. That's badass, because just like that other one, if you get all this, damn, that's badass. That can make stuff free. KO the top part of the hero deck, then each other player KOs a hero of that hero class from the discard pile. It says hero deck, right? Yeah. Each other player reveals at least 3 hero classes or gains a wound. And then KO the top part of the hero deck, then each other player reveals their hand and discards a hero of that hero class. So, Again, if you're playing solo, advanced solo, kind of that one doesn't really bother you, but the rest of them are kind of interesting. Okay, then we got the schemes. So this is really what I'm excited about. Steal all oxygen on Earth. So it's 8 twists. The oxygen level starts at 8. Stack the twist next to the scheme. The oxygen level decreases by 1. Then KO each hero from the HQ whose cost is greater than the oxygen level. When 20 non-gray heroes are KO'd. Huh, interesting. That could be really interesting. Huh. Okay. Divide and conquer. So split it says 8 twists, 7 heroes. Sort the hero deck by class. If a card has multiple classes, break ties at random. Put these 5 smaller shuffled decks beneath the 5 HQ spaces. Whenever an HQ space is empty, fill it with the top card of the hero deck below it. KO all heroes in the HQ. KO one hero deck when all heroes are gone. Huh. Interesting. Oh, wow. So, like, 4 through 8, you basically have 1 color left. And if you don't have, like, a good mixed deck and you run through it too quickly, then, like, you're going to lose. That's interesting. Alright, hypnotize every human. 8 twists, add another henchman villain group. No bystanders in the deck. Put a bystander from the bystander stack above each city space as a face down 2 hypnothrall villain. They don't move. When you fight one rescued as a bystander, you can't fight a villain in that city space that has a hypnothrall above it. Each player puts a villain in. Okay, that's from the first 6 twists. 7 and 8. Each player puts a villain from the root pile into the escape pile, and then when 8 villains have escaped. So, interesting. And then finally, Clash of the Monsters Unleashed. 10 twists, 6 wounds per player on the wound stack. Shuffle 8 Monsters Unleashed into Shuffle 8 Monster Unleashed villains into a face-down monster pit deck. Each player chooses a villain from their villain victory pile as their gladiator. Then, my fingers look like really dirty. Then the top card of the monster pit enters a city. Each player whose gladiator has a lower printed attack than the monster gains a wound. Then when the wound stack or the monster pit deck runs out. Interesting. So a lot of stuff here. Really, really excited. I got to sleeve everything and put it in my organizer and stuff. I'm going to play this tonight. I may do another video and kind of talk about like an overview of what I thought of the cards and stuff like that. But yeah, that's Champions. That's everything in it. If you got any questions, just hit me up in the comment section below. And you know what? Here in the next week or so, I've been kind of sick. So here in the next week, maybe this weekend, I'll do a video. Like I'll do a game with the champions, so you can kind of see what they do and how they work out. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in another video.